Hey everyone, Paul here, bringing you an update video concerning my YouTube channel and myself in general. Before I start, I want to say I got a bit of a cold and sore throat, so I may sound a little bit weird, that's why. Also, I do require some feedback, if possible, so if you can stick around to the end of this video, I would appreciate that. Now, if you watch my hiatus video, you'd have seen that I was talking about moving from the US back to the UK, and I've done that now. I'm back in the UK. I've basically got myself situated here. It was for personal reasons, the move, but it's not something I really want to talk about at the moment. Maybe in the future I will. But honestly, it's not really worth talking about at the moment. Just know that I'm okay. I'm doing okay, so there's that. Anyway, on to the main bulk of this video, but first I want to thank everyone who left a comment on that hiatus video. I really do appreciate that. I read through every single comment. It was all very nice, and thank you to each and every one of you that left a comment there. I appreciate it. So, what I'm going to be doing now? Well, I plan to dedicate myself fully to my YouTube channel and start producing content again. A variety of content, not just the same old Let's Plays. I'm hoping to branch out, do a few different things that I haven't done before, and also get back into streaming and hopefully make that a regular thing. And we're going to talk about all this here in a moment. I also want to thank my patrons on Patreon. I appreciate that. And as I said, I'm dedicating myself to this now, and I know it's been a little bit quiet on the Patreon front in terms of the goals, or not the goals, the benefits that I set. I just want you to know there's going to be new benefits coming on there, and I'll have a video out about that soon. Also, there'll be some messages on my private feed on there. Make sure you check that out. Videos will resume at 2 a day, if possible, every 12 hours, because I really like that schedule. and about how you guys felt like it. I'm going to try and continue doing that, provided there's no quality drop. If it seems like my videos are dropping in quality, then I'm probably going to, take a step back and reevaluate it. But we'll see. Now, I've said this before, I'm going to continue and finish up some old series that I had going, such as Dying Light, Black and White, How to Survive. All of those are going to get finished up. I'm not going to give a time frame this time, but they are going to get finished up. I'm going to go back to them, get them done. That way there's some closure on them. I mean, it sucks to have a series that you're watching and, there's no end. It just stops halfway through. I don't like that myself, so I'm going to sort that out. I'm going to also focus on my Mount & Blade series, get them wrapped up. I know that they kind of drag on. I mean, that's mostly my fault, because, I do silly things in battles and so on, but I definitely want to get Floris and my Ranger series and Star Wars Conquest or Path of Darkness wrapped up so I can start new ones. I'm not going to stop making Mount & Blade series. People like them, I enjoy doing them, but I'm going to try and after these ones have been wrapped up, the next Mount & Blade series I attempt will structure it a bit better, have some goals set out from the get-go, so it's not just me diving into it and not having a clue what I'm doing, so at least we have some idea on where I want to go. So my Mount & Blade series is going to get a bit of a sorting out. Now, there's going to be a new series coming. I'm hoping to play a whole bunch of games and bring you content, playthroughs, hopefully some new types of content as well that I haven't done before, but I'm not ready to talk about them just yet. And when my videos start up, so this is going to tie into this next question, I am looking at doing a Fallout 4 series. Fallout 4 is just next week from the time I'm recording this. Now, what I want to know from you guys what kind of playthrough do you want me to do? Because I'm going to say this now, I'm probably going to do a lot of content on Fallout 4. My Skyrim roleplay series, I've had a ton of fun doing. I'm going to go back to that and pick that up and finish it. I know it's kind of like a little bit of a gap since I last did the video on it, but I'm going to get that finished. I'm hoping to do a roleplay series as well for Fallout, but it'll probably be when some mods have been released. So what I'm thinking is that the first Fallout series I do will be a vanilla experience, but what I want to know is what kind of playthrough do you want me to do? Now, there are going to be a million playthroughs of Fallout, many by more entertaining people than me. So, my question is, do you want me to do a Fallout 4 series, a regular playthrough, I just play it, comment as I go, or do you want me to do this playthrough, this first playthrough, because originally I'll just go through the story, you know, whack out the story, check out some side missions, explore a bit, and we'd call that the series, you know. Probably not too much, you know, lingering around. But would you guys like to have some stipulations or goals for me to do for this first playthrough? For instance, you know, am I to go around and kill every third person I come across? You know, some kind of stipulation that I've got to work with. If any of you can come up with ideas like that, just some sort of weird idea, you know, use melee only, no laser weapons, you know, something along those lines. As long as it's not something silly like you've got to walk everywhere and you can't run, you know, I'm not going to be doing that. But yeah, any ideas like that, guys, just leave them in the comments of this video, and I will sort of look at them, and I'll either make another video saying what I'm going to do to narrow it down, or I'm just going to pick some and roll with it. Otherwise, if you guys just want to see a vanilla one and we try one of those stipulation series later on, I can certainly do that. So yeah. Now, as I said, Fallout 4's next week, and I'm looking to start the Fallout 4 series on the day it releases, but also I'm thinking that's going to be the day I start releasing videos again. So the 10th of November. It may be earlier, we'll see. Because basically what I want to do, if I'm doing the 2 videos a day, I want to make sure I've got a bit of a catalogue of you know, videos, episodes to release, so I'm not sort of rushing on the day trying to get them done, thus the quality dropping. So I'm going to try and work on that now. It's getting a bit later for me now because it took me a while to get my audio stuff set up, but yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to be spending the next few days recording a whole bunch of videos, and hopefully we'll have a nice little backlog to make sure that there's never a day when there's no videos. That's my goal, and hopefully that will keep the quality up as well. Also want to point out that I haven't got my mouse and keyboard just yet, so I'm using an old one. It's very, very noisy, mechanical keyboard. It's not the one I've like done my little tinkering around with to like sort of soundproof it a little bit. So you may hear that, and yeah, various little audio things like that will be, you know, fixed over the coming month or so. Anyway, one thing I can reveal is that I'm working on a new series, and I have mentioned this in the past. It's going to be called Mod Drop. It's basically a mod showcase / review series. Because I mean, I've done a few of these in the past, just briefly, no structure to them, just had a quick look at you know, a mod. But what I'll be doing on this is checking out a mod, giving it a quick review, seeing what it does, showing you guys what it does, and I'll also include, you know, how to install it and what requirements are required for it at the end of the video. So it's going to be like a whole package, and that's going to be a very regular thing. So I'm probably going to be releasing a lot of these. They're not going to interfere with the regular video schedule, so it's not going to be every 12 hours. They'll be released when and whenever. So hopefully that will be good. But I'm going to start this series with the release of Fallout 4, So I'll probably start with Fallout 4 mods, but my goal is to cover mods for any game, be it Armor, Prison Architect, you know, Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, just any game you can think of that has mods that I look at and thinks it's interesting. Or actually, I will have a way for you guys to recommend a mod for me to do a video on. So that's actually going to be something I'll talk about here in a moment. Now moving on, I'm not sure when I'm going to stream again. It's going to depend on the schedule I've got going here and my internet connection. But I'll definitely look into it. I definitely love streaming. I like basically interacting with you folks instantly. It's very nice. But I do have a question. What do you guys prefer, Twitch or YouTube gaming? Now, pros and cons here. Twitch is basically, you know, it's, I think most people have a Twitch account. If they watch streaming, anything streaming related, you've probably got a Twitch account. And Twitch, I do prefer the Twitch site more. It feels a little more easier to browse, you know, other streamers, that type of thing. But YouTube, I like the fact that there was transcoding options. What this means is if I'm streaming at 1080p, but you've got a bad internet connection and you can't handle that, you have the option to select the lower, you know, like 720, 480, 360p, 240 and so on. But with Twitch, because I'm not a partner, you can't do that, so I'm going to have to basically pick a middle ground if I try to stream to Twitch, be it 720 or 480, and just keep it that way. But what do you guys prefer? Let me know. Let me know. Because I'm tempted to go back to Twitch and stream a bit on there, see how that goes. But I always want to give you guys the best possible quality options, which I can't do on Twitch, but I can on YouTube Gaming, so let me know what you think about that. Okay, so the last thing I need some feedback on. This is a little bit weird, this question. So the website asheshq.com was basically my gaming community. Now it's not really active. A lot of that's my fault, but I'm terrible at sort of keeping it maintained. Now what I'm going to want is a website for my channel, and I've tried this in the past and sort of left it, but now since I'm doubling up my efforts now, I want to have a website for, you know, Paul the Plays, for everything I do. Basically a way so you can see all my series in a laid out fashion, much easier than you can on YouTube. Also, it's going to be a nice area where you guys can come on there and chit chat with me and other people, you know, hopefully we get some games going, that type of thing. But the question is, what do I call it all? Now, I asked this because, I mean, while this doesn't really matter to you guys, it's something I need to focus on, which is branding. And since everything I do falls under Paul the Plays, but everything I've sort of done, be it make a guild or a clan or a faction in, say, Mount and Blade, is something to do with Ashes. Now, Ashes was the name of my gaming community. I love post-apocalyptic things, so I definitely want to keep that. Now, whether or not I just go with calling this website, you know, paulie.com, and we have a section on there for Ashes, so whenever we make guilds and, you know, in various games, for instance, we've got Ashes of the Empire and Ashes of the Republic in Star Wars, The Old Republic. We've got Ashes in Guild Wars 2, Ashes in PlanetSide 2, we had Order of Ashes in Arcade, so you see where I'm going with this. Anytime we make a group in a game, it's going to be Ashes in one way or another. It's not going to be, you know, Paul is group, Paul is guild, or anything like that. So I'm basically just wondering what you guys want to sort of like see things as, or keep things as. As I said, it's going to always be Ashes, but I'm thinking for the website itself, would you guys care if you went to paulie.com, talk with other people, you know, and be a part of the sort of Ashes community if it was within that? This may be a silly question to ask, but it's just something I wanted to ask anyway. And one thing I'm looking to do is set up a program called Discord. It will basically allow one big chat room / voice channels, and it's been getting a lot of gaining a lot of ground recently, doing pretty well when Skype went down, and it's better than TeamSpeak because you don't have to pay for the extra slots. It's a free service. You can use it in a web browser, or you can download an app onto your computer or your phone. Did I just call a program on the computer an app? God damn it. Okay, so you can download the program on your computer and run it from there. You can use it on a web browser, or you can download the app onto your phone. So I'm looking to get that set up, and when I do, I'll probably make a new video basically giving you guys the joining details. But yeah, that's what I was wondering, is if I call that, poorly plays or ashes. It's not really a big deal, but you got to understand little things like this just gnaw away at my brain when I'm trying to figure stuff out. So it's easy to sort of talk about it a little bit. But anyway, I'm hoping to do that so I can basically stay connected with everyone and be able to talk to you guys directly. Because I mean, comments on YouTube are great, but they're not always the easiest thing to sort of like have a little conversation with people. Last thing I'll say is I am on Twitter. Follow me at twitter.com/iPauler. And I say that I'm going to start promoting that a bit more now, because it is the easiest way for me to put out news for anyone. And I'm going to be more active on there than I have been. So of course, if you're on there, shoot me a tweet and I'll reply. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you stuck it out this long, thank you. I could do with some feedback on some of the things I mentioned. Sorry if I rambled, this was just one continuous take, and I'm trying to do it before my cold sort of succumb to my cold and sore throat. But thank you for sticking with me, and I hope you all enjoy the content I plan on releasing. And again, thank you for all those kind words on that hiatus video. I appreciate it. Stay tuned because there's more to come. Anyway, thank you for listening. Until next time.